Meow. Okay. So where did we leave off? We had the desert, and I started working on the entrance for the dungeon in the desert. But seeing the size of the desert, I think I need to make it bigger. In fact, let's do this. So I've just saved this scene. Let's go back to, I think it's the main menu. And in the main menu, there's going to be an event on that will handle what loading up the overworld. And I'm going to quickly switch it out to load a different world, so we can test it. We need to go desert. There we go. Now, if I go to the desert world, get rid of the camera there because it's going to cause problems having two. Save. Main menu. Play. I don't know why it takes so long to start the main menu. It's like the simplest thing. It's got a button on the screen. That's it. Oh, yeah, right. That's a problem. And so let's pause. Huh. Oh, okay. That's what happened. So I didn't add it to the build.
Oops.
Yeah. There we go. For some reason, like, you could have 15 levels in your game, but if you don't add them to that build screen, even when you aren't building the game, you don't like it, and it won't work. Okay, so it loaded at that time. It's just we started over here instead of there. Whoop. Okay. So here we are, we started. I'm assuming we'll make it like kind of meander around the path. Vertically going through it, it doesn't feel big enough. And then right there, we can hit this. Grasslands and desert, cool. And we just continue on, and so we need to like put the box collider like right here that triggers loading the grassland area. So that works out pretty good. It's just like even with my screen. Can't see the edge, can't see the top, can't see the bottom, so that's a good size there. But all of this feels small, vertically. Horizontally it's a little small, not as small as vertically though. Okay. Right. Let's close out of this then. Go to the desert. Tile palette. Desert. I think we almost need to double the height or something. Awesome. Ground. That's pretty good. And then we can collision select. Move. Let's just brush these in. Okay. That's a much bigger area then. Whoa. That was weird. What else we got here? What else would go in a desert that would obstruct your path? Obviously the cliffs. Rocks could, I guess, some shrubbery. Maybe. Okay, so that's 2 bottom blocks. These on regular collision layer. Okay, so what I'm thinking is you could come in here, walk over here, down, through there. Or you can come up this way, or you can come up this way. Of course, we're going to need to put enemies in here as well. Those need to be worked out. I think for the dungeon, we probably should put it like up in here, not down there. Like that, a general area. We can do more cliff sides and things too. Or obstacles. What else can we do for obstacles? Let's go back to our desert. We've got those. What about the overworld? Could do... No, we can't do water. That wouldn't make sense in the desert, would it? Hmm. Right, towns might have. Nope. Can make like a well in the middle of the desert, right? Like an oasis area. I think that's top deco. You know, let's just delete it because it's not gonna do us any good. There we go. Let's do the dungeon. I think this color scheme will work best for this particular dungeon. Let's make this the door. Let's give it some extra room in all the directions. There's that. I'm going to continue to do this, but I don't think it's the perspective's going to be right. Because it's like you can see everything from straight down on this one, but the other objects, gosh, other objects we've created before haven't done that. I can draw a straight line. Oh, jeez, come on. That could work. What else could we do to it though? That's gonna be too small if I do that, and if I do that, then it's not what I was going for either. This means the base needs to be bigger. I'm gonna see how this looks, even though it's probably not what I want. If the whole thing was bigger, it'd be better. There's some blood stains in this. It's kind of cool. Gosh. Always doing things in the wrong stinking layers. Okay, so I had to redo it anyway. So I need to start on collision. Let's start with the door. There it is. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Three, 5, 6, 7. I don't think I counted right. I can still make that work, I think. So that's all in the collision layer. Jacko's too short. I need it on something higher. So top Jacko could be next. Actually, I could use anything. I could use Deco here. That is just going to stop anyone from getting in there. Okay. So let's... You. Okay. There we go.
Moonlight on your naked skin, summer's blind us to give in. Where you wanna go?
Right now I just painted that on Deco, but I think I might want to put it on Collision. So I don't know. I don't know how well you remember Link to the Past, Fiery. But remember, some of the dungeons had one entrance that you'd go into, and then like you could come out a different entrance, and then find a secret by going out that other entrance or other exit, I guess it is, or go into yet a third part of the dungeon by going out into the overworld and then coming back in from another spot.
Yeah.
I'm contemplating doing that because what I've got set up here is the entrance to the dungeon, right, is on level 1, and then I'm making like almost like a pyramid or an Aztec temple type thing where there's another layer above it on its roof. I'm thinking I can put a door out there and then maybe like a hidden item or a special item that's up there, right? But you have to figure out how to get into that part of the dungeon at the very top to get to it. So like you can see that there's a reward by going through this dungeon from the overworld because it'll be an item that's sitting out there in the world that you can go collect, but you can't touch it until you go into the dungeon and find your way up and out.
Right. Like have it be like the master storage location or something, or the equivalent of.
I was even thinking,
or even like a suit of armor or something, just sitting on an armor stand.
Right, and you remember back to Link to the Past, it had hearts that you could collect, heart canisters, right? That would give you more health. So something like that. You don't have to get it to complete the whole game, but it's going to help you along the way if you do.
Something for the completionists.
Right, or for the player that just, I've tried to beat this game and I just can't do it. It's too hard, too difficult, so make it easier by doing this.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Deco. Collision. And then we could put a door on the back of it.
Hey, I'll be right back.
Okay. Are these different visually? They are. That's cool. Some variety in it then. Come on. So put yeah. There we go. And then this can go here and say here. Now we're getting there. So this is a collision, so we can do top deco now. Perfect. Ah. And there we go. Just had another idea. Do we want windows on it? Maybe only in this top floor. There we go. All the banners. Yeah. We're gonna have different color banners, aren't we? Purple, different shade of purple, and this reddish one. I think this goes best. Let's put them up here instead. There we go. And then this is there. Yep. Give it a little bit of a weird look to it. Doing this. Let's put this back on deco then, so we can get it underneath that. Looks good. Would like to create some type of entrance leading up to it, but I don't know yet how to accomplish that. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Okay. So if we did that. That's okay. What kind of flooring can we put in this? This, right? kind of steps we got. This. On top deco. There we go. And then we take back to the desert area. See how this looks if I do this underneath all that. Let's say collision. So I have to go up to there and like there. Then the middle of the stairs is still walkable. Should give the whole temple the appearance that it's up on a hill or raised up somehow. Let's go with this. And we went 1, 2, and then the thing. So 1, 2, corner. Yup.
Hey, I'll be back after a bit. I'm gonna go get something to eat.
Okay. Come up to it like this. Okay, let's go back to the dungeon and see there are some different stone blocks. Okay. Ah. Just doing that all in the collision layer. So we need to go to deco instead. Oh, what? No. Top deco. So if I put this on deco, put this on ground, and then that fire thing should be in collision, which it's not. What is it on? Jeez. Just regular deco? Oh, top deco. Okay. Hi, Susie. Bye, Susie. Hello?
Hello.
There you are. What you up to?
I had to pause the stream. But I hang out.
You're super quiet for me. Hang on a sec. Can't hear a word you're saying.
Check, check.
Hey, you guys say something now? I turned you up to like 200%.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Wow. Okay, we'll just do it. What's up?
Nothing.
Okay.
Where'd Fiery go?
You went to get something to eat. Let me go back to ground. This needs to be on deco. Right, there's a piece missing there. Which means I need to go back to ground. There we go. I think the hardest part of doing what I'm doing is getting the layers right. Doesn't seem easy for me. Gotcha, so I need to go ground for those. Probably that too. And then this needs to be on decoration. Nope. Okay, and then we need to change the decoration for that one out to that. But we need to change ground first. Ground. That and that. Apparently it's on top deco. There. So that'll be the entrance to one of my dungeons. I guess I could take rid of, or get rid of that back one. Make this just go into that and that there. So you can come in here, you'll go into the dungeon, through the dungeon you'll be able to come back out, and then I'll probably put some special item up here in one of these, like this outer layer. Then you can go back in. It's like a reward for going to the top floor of the dungeon.
Did the asset pack that you bought already have movement and combat all built in?
For the characters, they were animated with different animations. So like an idle animation, an attack for swords, spears, bows, so on. The interesting thing about those, though, is they're set up in a way where the pictures that make up the character are all independent, right? So there's an arm, there's a chest, there's a like an abdomen, there's a head, there's hair, there's all those things are different pieces, right? And he animated the objects that contain those. So instead of creating a sword swing frame, you know, each frame of the sword in a different orientation, he's got one sword, and then he smoothly animates the motion of that sword on the screen. So the animations are super complex, but it probably means I could do another movement if I needed to without having to get out Photoshop and draw it. And it also means, because he's got like a green chest for the hero, a green shirt on, I can change that to red, and I don't have to change 50 different animations. In fact, he's got different variations for all those pieces. Like, he's got different colored hair, different colored skin tone, different color shirts. He's even got set up so that you can put a helmet over the head instead of hair or things like that, right? So you can make a fully armored character. In fact, if you've seen the one stream I did where I showed the demo level, there's a hero character with a green shirt, and there's basically a knight in full armor, and they're really the same character system in animations.
But I'm assuming you'll have some sort of combat system in this game. Is that already fleshed out for the animations?
For very basic right now. Like, I need to improve upon it because it's not very responsive. Like, if I were to run this, you go to the other thing. Oops, I hit the right button. So if I hit run, once it starts and I hit play, if I, come on, why you no work? Well, it's supposed to, when I click, swing as a sword. What's going on with him? So you're saying no errors, huh? Animator. Idle's the default. Let's just do it this way. Maybe it's something with that other scene, because I was just testing with it for the first time. Oh, we need to turn that canvas off, probably. Okay, that did that. I was trying to show you quick, but it ain't working. I remove the script for the character? No, it's right there. And when I click, fire button 1 sets the attack to true, and his swing is based on attack being true. Okay. Let's do this. So go back to load an overworld, if that fixes it. Probably won't, but I want to see. Oh, we need to go main menu first. Hey, he's not swinging a sword. There he goes. So I can swing my sword, he can swing his sword. If I walk out of his way, he stops trying to swing his sword at me. It's bigger. I mean, I can move around, I can attack, it's not physically doing anything to him. Like you see down at the bottom of the screen, it recognizes that it hits him. I just haven't set up to damage his health or for him to even have health, right? But that's all like, oh, I create a variable on him, and then when I attack something, I say damage yourself, and it reduces by how much the damage was, or the attack was, that kind of thing. So it's
But if you want to do anything more
Trivial.
advanced, you're gonna have to rig up your own animations.
somewhat. So that's what I was trying to show you with this. So the animator, where'd it go? Off my screen.
Like I know
Animator.
you'll have to modify the code and have it track the stats of whatever you're doing, but there's animations that go with it too, that are more what I'm curious about right now.
Right. I have to do the code and all that, but watch this. So I'm gonna do it multiple times now. Shoot. Okay, let's try and I don't know if I can move this endpoint. I can't. Okay, let's do it this way. We'll turn this off. Go back to making this the default so I don't forget to change that later. And we'll go to this world. In the scene, focus on our character. Turn off my faded thing. Okay, so there's our character, right? If I select him in the down state and go to the animation, I can say this bow one, for example, play. So he's got a bow animation. Or he's got a, if he were to die, that's what happens when he dies. Or if he gets hurt,
I like
these
the
are
guy.
they're looping, right? So it makes them look even sillier. If we cast a spell, or the swing is what you've already seen. The funny thing about the swing, like if I step through each frame, it kind of looks like he cuts his head off. I go forward through it. He swings a bit back. So far, he's cutting his head or his ear off or something. But anyway. Then there's the thrust, which is for like a spear type attack. And then there's, of course, the walk. And you can do just the arms walk. What else? I think that's it. These I haven't figured out why these don't work. Like I don't know if his mouth isn't rigged right for this animator or what. His expression doesn't seem to change on this character. But anyway, all these animations for the ones that say down apply when he's facing down. And then what happens when the game says, oh, you're not facing down, you want to walk to the up position, it's a different picture altogether. So it's a different set of animations altogether for it. So that means if I make a new, let's say, jump animation, I have to make it 3 times. You would think 4, but it's only 3 times because the left and right are the same animation, just mirrored. So it's a side animation. So you just flip the scale so he goes the other direction. I think between spell, thrust, swing, bow, those are probably all the main attacks that I've got in mind. I might use thrust like this, but change out the spear for a different weapon that came as part of the pack. And modify the weapon, of course, too, because I want it to look a little bit different. But if I go into sprites, the character sheet, you'll see how this is built a little bit better. So here's all the different hair types for the male characters, the different weapons and things like that. So all these pieces make it up to make it work. So you've seen that he had this style of bow, right? Well, there's also this style of bow we could use. Or there's this sword that he starts with, or maybe we upgrade him to this sword. Or that default spear, maybe we use this spear instead. Or maybe we use a mace. Or maybe we use an axe. Or over here there's this thing that kind of looks a lot like a wand, right? You know, changes out the crystal ball head on that, and I've got different types of wand. Maybe I've got a fire wand or an ice wand or whatever.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So I think this has what I need to be able to do this, and it has in here. So if I go to prefabs, and let's just create, or let's go to a different scene so I don't mess this one up. Sample scene? I'll save. Yeah, sample scene will work. And then I go prefabs. Boom, there's my young hero, right? That's what I'm probably going to use. But we've got that as a prefab, that as a prefab. And it's using the same animation and character setup. So I can create all these NPCs or enemies. Little nude guy. I guess the second nude guy. A knight. So, and that's just the defaults, right? So like, I like the barbarian. So let's say the barbarian there. I like how he looks, but I want to change his hat out for something else, or his whatever. Or he's too fair from complexion, right? So I say, okay, skin color. Well, let's grab the wrong guy. What's this guy then? I got too many of them. I want that guy. That guy. Move him down here. Okay, so he's a Viking. So I say change his skin color to that color. It's that easy to change the tone of it, right? Because it's just applying a color over the existing texture, right? So that's one piece. But his eye shape, let's say we don't like his eye shape, so we pick that one instead. Oh, dang it. Where was it? Eye shape. So we'll go just drop that eye shape in there, and his eyes change. Or different options there. Come on. And his hair, which you really can't see. Headwear, so this jumps you down to the headwear. Let's give him this helmet instead. So it's very, very flexible as far as being able to customize these things is what I'm getting at. And because, like I said, there's 3 different arts or directions you need to take care of. The down, the up, and then both sides. This script that came with it is nice because I say, okay, this is how I want this guy to look using this type of helmet. I hit this button and it updates all the other directions to match, right? So when he goes to the right, he's not going to have that original helmet with horns. He's going to have this helmet instead.
You don't want him changing headgear when he's turning around.
Right, right. So that's how we can do that kind of stuff. And you know, as far as the character's concerned, the main one, I'll probably give him the ability to have multiple different weapons and change them out on the fly. But the enemies, they're probably gonna have just one. I think this type of the knight is probably going to be the main harder character in the world that you'll encounter. See, when I go to his helmet, where is it? Headwear. So he's got that one. You know, of course, we can put that one we just had on the other guy, and it still fits, right? What else is there? I don't know, but there's all sorts of customizations we can do. And that's just the males. I also got the pack for the females. There's a female character, which adds more uniform options or more variations, of course. Yeah. So I've got a dozen different characters pre-built for me, and then I can mix and match their uniforms or change their colors and stuff like that to do whatever.
Very cool. Well, I will let you get back to building your dungeon now. I didn't mean to completely sidetrack you.
No, it's good because I need to keep thinking of all these things as I'm going, because What I'm a little paranoid of doing is spending too much time building the world and not enough time writing code and stuff. Because I don't know. I don't want to get to the point where I'm like burn out on building the world and then I don't want to touch the code. But the opposite's true too, which is usually what happens. I get in and I start writing a bunch of code and I have crap graphics and it just demotivates me instantly when I start playing with it. Right now, the attacking that I've got set up doesn't feel responsive enough. So I need to tweak the animation speeds and stuff to make it feel like he's, as soon as you click, he does what you ask and does it quickly. Okay. Collision. So go up that way, we can go through this way. Overworld. Let's try something here. In this matchup. So do we put like over here? Ah, oh, dang it. Need the animated ones.
Change it anyway, and you're never alone, never alone. Doesn't matter what they say, doesn't really matter what they do. Let go, baby, let me breathe it now. Let go, breathe it now. Doesn't matter where I go, heart's still open. Can
we make it into an oasis looking thing? want. Yeah, which one do I need? This one. Let's get the rough shape first. We go, and then how big do we make it now? That we want on the collision layer. This we want on the ground layer. Do we take that and go? Yep. There we go. And then we can put some just regular grass blocks around that. And then transition back to the sand by doing the opposite. But let's first get some irregularities in this. Okay.
You can call me stupid. Yes, you can call me sheep. You can say I'm lazy. it comes to her, you better keep it sealed. Don't you dare say a single word, or I will strike you where it feels. You think that using her will get to me, and if you're right then you're in trouble deep. 'Cause I won't break, no I know I won't wait. You're in trouble deep.
This is gonna be good. There. Little oasis in the desert. I had a palm tree, I put one in there, but I don't. Put that tree, but it's probably too much. Let's do this. So grasslands? No, it's extras. Tile map. What's this look like? No, it's not really gonna work. Those look awesome though, for desert stuff. Right kind of shading of colors. That could work. No idea what that's about, but we're gonna use it. Maybe. Something to find. Just need to extend out the maze. We'll have to wrap the maze around here, come up here, or maybe go like that. one goes there. This one goes on top. That one becomes a rock. There we go. Oh. Oh. Wow, can't draw this stuff tonight. Okay, that would get it to go that way. Why do none of those line up? That's because this one does. Never mind. Do you know if there's any possibility to paint textures in 2D, like on the mesh in 3D? So you want to paint directly on a 3D object, you're saying? If that's what you're going for, try checking out Substance Painter. I've never used it myself, but I believe that's what it does. Is it paints Substance Painter? It's designed for people that have a 3D model and want to texture the 3D model. So if that's what you're looking for, that's what it does. No problem. We come out to there, do this. Hello. Whoa, rating party 23, thank you. Zorchheimer? Is that how you say it? Hello everyone. Been getting rated a lot in this category on Twitch compared to what I would get when playing games.
How long have raids been around? 'Cause maybe I'm just an old fart, but I don't remember raiding being a Twitch thing.
They've been around for a while as far as I know, but I don't know that they were always a command someone could do and officially do it. Like they might just say, "Oh, everybody, let's go to this channel," right? And just try and encourage people. But now it's an official thing. Yeah, it's just something about that community with playing games. Maybe it's just too crowded, right? I'm streaming in science and technology right now, CZ, and it happens a lot. And by a lot, I mean, you know, I've been doing this for this week and it's happened 3 or 4 times. So, I consider that a lot. Okay, so you could go up this way, you get blocked there. Go up this way, there, and then you have to come up around there. Can't get through anywhere here. You go, takes you out to there. Yeah, see, it just happened. So, what am I working on? I'm working on building a 2D top-down action adventure game. It's not a clone of, but heavily inspired by Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. I enjoyed that game as a child. So we're working on the desert area, and that grayish structure on the left is going to be the entrance to the dungeon. This will be the entrance to the dungeon. Made a little oasis here, and if you went through this part of the maze, it would take you off to this area, which will take you to like a grasslands type area, which isn't made yet. To the south is a town where you'll probably start in the game. I don't know that this is going to be the first dungeon yet. Haven't gotten that far into the storyline and stuff. But it's one of the entrances to it. You might have to do something to unblock the path or something. Let's go back to our extra objects. I feel like I'm using these too much, that's why I did this little area here. I might need to make another texture yet again that does the same thing as what this accomplishes right here, where there's stairs up onto a level, and then once you're on that level you're stuck. I might need to do that for the desert sandy objects. In fact, I'm probably going to do that right now. I think we need that pretty bad. So let's open this one up. And let's open up new. Or no, let's open up. Just go through Unity, it's easier. My Photoshop file for the desert sandhill. So we'll need to make it integrate with these. And this is how wide? That's 3 textures wide. Or 3 tiles wide. Okay, so we'll do 3 like that. Marquee tool. There we go. And file, Control Shift C. There we go. File new. It's not gonna be 256 wide. That's only 2. It's 384 wide. Of course, it didn't take my stinking thing. Control Shift C, please. There we go. Get rid of that one. Move this one all the way to the left. Paste in another one. There we go. Go back to this. And I'm just gonna marquee this whole thing out. Okay. Copy. Copy. Paste it in here. Okay, and then we're going to add a mask to this. We're going to start drawing on here. Yeah, okay. We can get a much bigger brush. Get rid of all of that. All of this. See if I can get like a square brush. Nope, not with that, but maybe with the pencil tool? Nope. Go ahead and W. Oh, let's see. Contiguous. Tolerance is too high. Tolerance is too low. There we go. So grab that, we'll grab that. We'll do a G. Fill it in. Okay. And we'll probably just need to fill it in with a regular brush rest of the way. So you're probably going to need to cut this off, say, maybe in there even. So can I get a marquee right there? Straight up. G, fill that in. Slowly getting there. Brush. I do it like this, then it's a bit feathered. Makes it look like it's going into the sand a bit. Okay, get rid of that green there. Let's do a trick. There. And then that layer is on top. So what happens if we mask out this? So let's first get the marquee on this layer for this area and delete it so that there's no rock there, right? That layer. Oh, awesome. There's a gap between them now. Apparently something wasn't lined up quite right then. Yep, it's not exact. Dang. Okay, so what we'll do then is we'll take those two layers, delete both of them. I said delete, not duplicate. Okay, so obviously we need to get rid of this over here. Oh, B. Come on. X. Go. Okay, so we got our stairs basically. There we go. And so we go back up here, figure out what went wrong. Oh, that looks like it's exact. So let's Control-Shift-C. If I go to a new document, it's going to tell me the coordinates of it. 256 by 256. Which is what it should be. Okay, so Shift V. Transform it. Hold Shift so it doesn't move up and down. There we go. Control V. I can move both of those layers down underneath now. There's our steps again. We can take the marquee tool, delete that section on both layers. There we go. Come back over to our sand hill. Let's open our sand tile. Control C, Control V. Let's transform that up to the top of this thing. That. There we go. No more extra rock. Okay, let's save this as Sand Hill Steps in S for north-south. Right. Okay, there it is. So we need to tell it it is 128. And tell it multiples. Apply. Point. Apply. Slice. Micro cell size 128, 128. Slice the top and not the bottom. Yes, apply. Let's slice that again. Okay, there they are. So I can take those into my tile palette. For the desert. Just drop them in. Call it desert. I'm gonna put it there. Okay, so I bring this back down. Now, if I select that section, I can paint that step right in there, and we're good to go. So, what that means is we need to break this out into different layers. So this needs to be collision layer. This needs to be collision layer. And this middle piece needs to be just decorations or something. And we go back to collision and erase what was on that collision layer. So the collision layer bounding boxes will stop the player from going here, stop them from going here, but they can walk right up those steps. I just realized that the top of those are not colliding properly. So we go here. It's not there. It's in the tile. For some reason I can't change it though. If anybody's used Unity before and knows why you can't change it here, let me know. I think this is... I swear, but I even look at that then. So I need to look under the tiles. Under my palettes, dungeon, desert, here we go. Yeah, there we go. That is set to sprite, but the sprite is the whole thing. So I could fix that by making it transparent in my source image, which is super easy because I've already got it set that way. It's just a separate layer. So the sand hill, I just turn that off and save it. And my collision map, in theory, should update. Maybe. Right, these tiles haven't updated yet, that's the one. Okay, so if I do that through that, I think. It's like gotta reprocess them, it didn't do it automatically. That's right. There we go. And now, when I look at the collisions, interesting. Maybe I need to let it recalculate, which means I should do something like this. Well, it did make it recalculate. There we go. Those corners are just different textures is all. Fair enough. So I need to take this and fix that one. Okay, there's a couple places I need to put some sand underneath then. I've done this. So that needs changed, and that all needs changed. Okay. So take this sand out of this. I'm going to do that in this one. It's easier if I just take this again, I think. Come on. Control Shift C. Control Shift B. Transform it all the way to the left. And Control Shift V. That was Control V, not Control Shift V. Might paste in place. Okay, and then I need to get rid of that hump there, which I can do with a mask. Save. Get that updated. Back over here. Yeah, these aren't updating. Right. Collisions. Let's just do this. Okay, how that gets to recalculate. Okay. And then my corner piece is under PSDs. This. And sand's a different layer there, so just save. Tell it under palettes, desert. It's gonna be these 6. No, those. None. Sprite. Collisions. Recalculate, please. Perfect. So now you can walk around in the whole area up to the rocks, basically. Okay, what I don't have is a stair for this direction, or this direction. Let's see if I can get by without it for the moment. We'll see. I'm going to give you an option to go up in here. You can look at the thing a bit. The real path is back through here. Probably make you go up on one over here. You follow along it and then come back down somewhere over here and then go back up there or over to here, which I might hide something over here. Maybe there'd be a cave or something. I don't know. Oh, my headset just died. There we go. Heads back. Well, thinking I might need to take a break for a little bit from this. Not that I'm done today, just done for right now. And what a better time to do it than now, because I see another developer's streaming. So let's go raid them. Let's pass this along. Hey, Toxic. We were just about to wrap up here. I think it says they're streaming. Yeah. Maybe they finished. below the thing. They must have finished. Okay, so let's pass it back over to someone else then. Some more. Auto host, you host. Nope. It says he's streaming on my phone as of 1 minute ago. Nope, not that one. Let's try it this way. Let's go to their page and see if they are streaming. They are streaming. Why can't I read you? Ah, I'm spelling the name wrong. Below the stone dev. Ah. Okay, so bye everybody. Go check this guy out. Follow to find out when I stream next time. Later.
Like to get any money. So like, because you can get items, but the thing is you can't really like. I feel like you really technically need the Dwarven Kingdom to advance your character on a very large basis. Like you might be able to advance your character on like minute scales as far as like upgrades.
Hey
and stuff
Tech
like that.
and hey YouTube, or is that YT Gameplay? I hope that's YT Gameplay. Your username is really